Hello children. In the last video, that was the first video of the Tempest of Act 2 Scene 1, we saw that the scene opened in another part of the island. Alonso was lamenting because Ferdinand was missing and he believed him to be dead. We saw Gonzalo trying him to console by pointing out that they should be thankful that they survived. Let's continue the scene. We have to begin with Antonio's speech where he says, and the rarest that ever came there, the most remarkable queen that's ever been there. They are talking about Claribel. Sebastian, bait, I beseech you, widow dido. Bait means accept. So Sebastian here says, except for the widow dido, if I may say so. Antonio, oh widow dido, widow dido. He says, oh, the widow dido? Of course, the widow dido. Gonzalo, is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean in a sort. Doublet is a jacket. So here Gonzalo says, sir, isn't my jacket as clean as the first time I wore it? I mean in a way. He says, I mean in a sort. Means I mean in a way. Antonio, that sort was well fished for. He did a good job of sticking that in a way in there. Gonzalo, when I wore it at your daughter's marriage, when I wore it at your daughter's wedding. Then Alonso says, you cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. You keep pushing these words, Gonzalo, into my ears that I don't want to hear, that I don't have any desire to hear. Would I had never married my daughter there. If only I had never sent my daughter to Tunis to be married. For coming thence my son is lost, because it is in coming from there I lost my son. And in my rate, she too, who is so far from Italy removed. And as far as my opinion is concerned, as far as I am concerned, I think I have lost my daughter too. Why? Because she is now living so far from Italy. I never again shall see her. I will never see her again. O thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee? O my dear son Ferdinand, and heir of Naples and Milan, what strange fish has eaten your dead body? Why he says dead body? Because here he thinks that his son is no more. Francisco, sir, he may live. He says, sir, he may still live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. Surges means waves. He says, I saw him swim over the waves and ride upon their backs. He trod the water whose enmity he flung aside and breasted the surge most swollen that met him. He treaded water, withstanding all their rage, and fought through even the biggest waves that came at him. His bold head above the contentious waves he kept. Contentious means struggling. So he says he bravely kept his head above the rough waves and oared himself. Oared means propelled as with an oar. Oared himself with his good arms in lusty stroke to the shore. Lusty is powerful. And with his powerful arms and strong strokes, he swam toward the shore, that over his wave-worn bases bowed, as stooping to relieve him. He reached the shore which sloped to the worn down beach as if leaning forward to help him from the water. I not doubt he came alive to land. I have no doubt that he got to the shore alive. Alonso, no, no, he's gone. Alonso says, no, no, he's dead. Sebastian, sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss. Now, Sebastian here is accusing Alonso and he says, you can thank yourself for this great loss. That would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African. Because you got your daughter married to an African instead of an European prince, where she at least is banished from your eye, and you have removed her from your sight. Who had cause to wet the grief on it, and you have given yourself the cause of your tears. Means he says it's a good thing, you'll never be able to see her again. Since then, she won't be around to remind you of this awful thing you have done to her. Alonso regrets and he says, Prithee, peace, I request you, please be quiet. Sebastian, you were kneeled to and importuned otherwise by all of us. All of us knelt down in front of you and begged you not to do this. And the fair soul herself weighed between loathness and obedience, at which end of the beam should bow. And the beautiful girl herself was forced to choose whether to follow her own disgust at the marriage or her duty to obey you. We have lost your son, I fear, forever. Now we have lost your son also, I think, forever, and I fear. Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business making than we bring men to comfort them. Now this marriage and subsequent shipwreck has created more widows in Milan and Naples than we have survivors to bring home to comfort them. And the faults, your own. And all of this is your fault. Alonso, so is the dearest of lost, and the heaviest loss is mine as well. Gonzalo, my Lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness and time to speak it in. My Lord Sebastian, despite the truth in your words, though whatever you are saying is correct, what you are saying is unkind and inappropriate at this time. This time you shouldn't say this. You rub the sore, because what you are doing, you are only adding the pain. You are rubbing salt in his wounds when you should bring the plaster. When you should be bringing him bandages, what you are doing? You are rubbing the sore. You are rubbing salt in his wounds. You are irritating his wounds. Sebastian, very well, all right. Antonio, and most Chiranjanli. Chiranjanli means like a surgeon. And it was said with contempt because surgeons were held much inferior to physicians in Shakespearean time. Sebastian says, all right. So Antonio says, the Gonzalo is quite the doctor, isn't he? Gonzalo, it is foul weather in us all, good sir. He's talking to Alonso and he says, noble sir, we all feel under the weather when you are feeling gloomy. He says, when you are cloudy. Cloudy means gloomy. Sebastian, foul weather under the weather? Antonio says, very foul. Then Gonzalo says, had I plantation of this isle, my lord, if I colonized this island, my lord, then Antonio says, he would sow it with nettle seed. Nettle seed means seeds of thorny plants. So here Antonio says, he would grow useless, stinging nettle plants all over it. And then Gonzalo says, and were the king on it. And were the king on it means, he says, I would have been the king if I were the king of this colony. Would you like to know what I would do? What would I do? Would you like to know what I would do? So Sebastian says, escape being drunk for want of wine. He would get drunk because there isn't any wine. Gonzalo says, in the Commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things. By contrary means in ways different from usual customs. He says in the Commonwealth, I would do everything in the opposite way from what is normal. For no kind of traffic would I admit. Traffic here means trade and commerce. So he says, I won't allow any business. No name of magistrate. There would be no judges. Letters should not be known. There would be no school, no learning. Riches, poverty, and use of service. No riches, no poverty, no servants. None. None means none of that. Contract, succession, bone, bound of land, tilt, vineyard, none. Bone means limit and tilt means cultivation. He says no contracts, no inheritance, no private owned land, no farming, no vineyards, none of that. No use of metal, corn or wine or oil. He says there would be no metal work, no grinding of corn, no wine making or making of oil, no occupation, all men idle all. There would be no work. Men would do nothing at all. And women too, but innocent and pure. Women too, except those things that are innocent and pure. No sovereignty, and there would be no kingship. Sebastian says, yet he would be king on it. Remember what he says, Gonzalo, in this speech in the beginning. He says, in the Commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things. Isn't it? After a few lines, he says, no name of magistrate. And before that, he says, I would have been, if I would be the king of this island, what would I have done? I would have done these things. Then in the end, he says, there would be no kingship. I would have never allowed any kingship. So Sebastian, that is why here Sebastian says, yet he would be king on it. Means though he would be the king of this island with no kingship. Antonio, the latter end of his commonwealth, forgets the beginning. He says his colony is ending up a long way from where it began. Gonzalo, all things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. He says nature would produce everything people needed, and all of it would be shared equally by all. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine would I not have. Treason is what? Betrayal. And felony is crime. Engine is weapon. So he says here there would be no treason, crimes, swords, alright, pikes, knives, guns, or there will be no need for any other weapon. But nature should bring forth of his own kind all poison, all abundance. Poison means plenty, to feed my innocent people. He says without any human help, nature would grow bountiful harvests to feed my innocent people. Sebastian, no marrying among his subjects? Would there be no marriage among those he ruled? Antonio says, none, man, all idle. He says, none, my man, they would do nothing. They would all be vagabonds. There will be only immoral women and rogues. Gonzalo, I would with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age. He says, my leadership would be so perfect that my colony would be even better than the mythical ancient golden age. Now here, children, you need to remember that golden age was in classical mythology a time of perfect happiness when the god Saturn ruled the universe. Sebastian says, God save His Majesty. May God protect His Majesty. Antonio, long live Gonzalo. Gonzalo, long live. Gonzalo, and do you mark me, sir? And again he talks to Alonso and he says, and are you listening to me, sir? Alonso says, Prithee, I pray you, I request you, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me. Nothing means nonsense. What you are saying to me is meaningless. It has no meaning. I do well believe, Your Highness. He says, I agree with you completely, Your Highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that, sensible means sensitive here, lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing. And occasion is opportunity. He says, I said those things to give these gentlemen a good time, since they have such strong lungs that they so often used to laugh at meaningless things also. Antonio, it was you we laughed at. He says, we are laughing at you. Gonzalo, who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, but in all of your silly little jokes, you see me as nothing. So you may continue and laugh at nothing still. So go on and laugh at nothing. Antonio, what a blow was there given. What an insult he just made. Sebastian, and it had fallen flat long. Flat long means harmless. Sebastian says, too bad it fell so flat. Gonzalo, you are gentlemen of brave metal. Metal means the spirit. He says, you are courageous gentlemen. You would lift the moon out of her sphere if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing. You would give the moon a helpful push if it got stuck in the same spot of its orbit for 5 weeks. You can do that. Enter Ariel, invisible, playing solemn music. So this much is enough for today, children. We will continue this scene in the next video. Thank you.